You know him, and he's held this position for so long, you can't help but associate him with the city of Tyler. The former city mayor, Don Warren, joining us now with, well, just giving us a peek into what retired life is like. But you can't even say that because now you're on a board. What was it, the half cent board, or what is it? Help me out.
Half cent sales tax board.
So that retirement didn't last long.
No,
What
but
happened?
but I'm still, you can't see me from the waist down. I do have on shorts, and so my new attire has changed. I have not had on a sport coat now in a number of weeks,
So the
and
dry cleaning bill's gone down?
it's gone down drastically, and things have changed. My schedule's changed. I go and meet my guys for coffee from 8 to 9 in the morning. Then I go back home. I walk my dogs, and then I go to the office, which is like a man cave, and just enjoy my day and do. My phone's quit ringing, and so it's been kind of nice.
It has been nice. Well, what inspired you to get back into, what was it, the Half Cent Council? Is that right? Or
Half cent sales tax board.
okay, so the board. What role do you play? I know it's obviously not as big as what you did when you were acting mayor. How does those, I guess, responsibilities change?
Well, I'll be chairing that board.
Okay.
And what we do is we make recommendations to council on how to spend a little over $20 million a year. And this has come from the half cent sales tax that everyone pays in the city of Tyler. So you pay 1 cent that goes towards the general fund and then half a cent that goes to the half cent fund. And so what we do is we make recommendations for that half cent.
How it's being used?
How it's being used, and most of it goes towards streets and traffic, and some goes towards drainage, some goes towards public safety, like the new fire station number 2, which will be on Old Bullard Road. But we make recommendations to council.
So I know that's been around since what, the late 90s?
94, 95, right.
Okay, so this is something that we're continuing to get revenue from. Y'all are just making sure that it's going into places that benefit the people whose money it's coming from.
Yes, and right now we're in a comment period up
Okay.
until September 20th, where citizens can come in and make recommendations online. There's the online form, and say, we see what's on tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and each tier represents a different time frame over a 10-year period.
Okay,
And
so
if
it
you know-
puts a little bit of importance on
Yes,
what.
and so if the citizens all come in and say, there's all these people that have a drainage problem in a
Right.
certain area, well, maybe that'll get moved up to tier 1 and get fixed sooner. So
Okay.
we love public input.
I love it. I'm just so
Yeah.
curious though. You were so ready to be like, okay, we're done with mayor, and then you're swept back in. I mean, I got you for a second before we got started. You said that you just didn't like not feeling busy.
Well, I love being busy.
Okay.
And one thing that I struggled with before my term ended was, what is your purpose?
Right.
And so I think everybody has to determine what their purpose is. And I came to the conclusion that I'm not going to stress out about what my purpose is and let my purpose find me.
Oh, I love that.
And so when I was asked to do this, I thought, yes, I'll be happy to do it. And so here we are. And I'm on a number of other boards, and so I've got plenty to do, and I'm staying busy.
I know you also just got back from vacation. I know you get to do a lot of that more now. Tell me about the last trip that you were on.
Well, we just got back from Greece. We went to Athens, and then we toured the Greek islands on a small cruise ship. Only held 100 people. And the funny thing was, of the 100 people, 58 people on that boat were from Texas. Which, here we are trying to get away from Texas, and then Texas found us. So it was a little rowdy group. The funny thing was, this group, not us, drank 27 bottles of tequila out of the 30 bottles that were on the ship. So
Oh,
when people would
Texans.
ask me, are you with that group, I'd say no.
Because I can talk. Because I can still stand up and walk a straight line.
That's correct. That's correct. But it's a great trip, good to get away, beautiful scenery, a lot of history.
Do you like history? I was actually going to ask you that before you even said history. Do you
Yes,
like it?
yes. And for this trip more than others, I actually did a lot of research on what occurred in Athens, what occurred at these different islands. So as we went to these different islands, you kind of knew what had happened because so much of it had to
Yes.
do with before Christ and with
The mythology.
yes, and
Oh.
worshiping the Greek gods. And then you had the Apostle Paul, who was professing Christianity at the same time that they were. I mean, right on the hill next to the Parthenon, the Apostle Paul was preaching. So I learned a lot, and it was fun to be there, and it's good to be home.
My husband, I'm trying to get him to do more things like seeing history and learning as we're going to, different campsites and trips. Is it tough to get your wife on board with these like little historic moments or tours,
No.
or does she enjoy it just as much?
She enjoys it to a point. I mean, we've gone places where we've toured a number of churches and all that. She goes, "I'm churched out. I can't go to any more churches or
Yes, but they're
cathedrals." I know it,
beautiful.
but they start to look alike.
I hear you. Okay, so was it just you and your wife, or did you take the whole family?
Just us, and it was very nice. And she stuck by my side for the last 12 years on council and
Yeah.
as mayor, and so we blew it out and had nice rooms, and she got to do pretty much what she wanted to do,
I
and
love it.
massages and all that. So
Oh.
it was a great trip for both of us.
What was the favorite, like either destination or just the little moment that y'all got to have? What was the favorite?
Probably the people we met.
I
Three other
bet.
couples from Australia, and they were fascinating. They were fun. We got to where we ate just about every meal together.
Oh, I love that.
And really developed some really good friendships. So that when we left, there were a lot of hugs and changing of telephone numbers and emails. And then we also met an older couple from Chicago.
Oh, really?
And the main lady, her name was Roberta. She's 86 years old and she's in a walker. And she was there with her granddaughter and cousin. And so you had two 86-year-olds and two 29-year-olds. And so when you're getting off the tender or you're getting on and off a bus or whatever, she had no help. And so all of a sudden, I became her helper. And so I'd get her on the bus, help her off the bus or on the little boat or off the boat. And when we got through the trip, she came to me and she goes, "Don, I love you."
Oh,
And she was so sincere, and we just developed a great relationship. So the people we met and all that was the best part.
so you have new people to add on to your like Christmas holiday
Yes, yes.
lists,
Yes,
Christmas
yes,
cards.
yes,
I
yes.
love
And we're going
Christmas
to be
cards.
invited to one wedding.
Oh, exciting.
Yes,
Okay, so yeah, you made some connections.
Natalie's going to get married, and so she said, "I'm going to invite you to my wedding, and we'll probably go."
And that's one of the girls from Chicago?
Yes.
Oh.
So that's
All
fun.
right, that's exciting. Okay, so I talked to you briefly about your wife, but your family means a whole lot to you. Are you seeing more of the grandkids? Are you getting to hang out more with them? How has that been? Because it's only been a few months.
It has, and
Mm-hmm.
and we are spending more time together. They came over last night for dinner, as a matter of fact, and we had a great meal. And they're half of them are headed to Hawaii today, and then they're all headed to Alaska next week. And so, our family just blows and goes.
Yeah.
And but we all have a good time together, and we're seeing the kids in Dallas more, and the grandkids in Dallas more, and so it does free up time to spend with your family, and
Yeah.
it's amazing as mayor how much time you spend with people and going to the events and ribbon cuttings and meetings and it's sometimes it's all day every day, and
Right.
I have not worn a sport coat now in 5 weeks, and my phone doesn't ring, my city number's been disconnected, and the whole time we're on vacation my phone did not ring one time.
Oh,
And when the changing of the guard occurred,
yes.
and Mayor Haney was sworn in, and he's walking up, and we hugged each other, and then I had to walk out the back door. And when I did, I walked into the conference room back there, and I broke down because I'd realized all these relationships and all these people and staff that I've worked with for so many years, it was over.
Yeah.
But it's not really over now. But I thought it was over, and so I walked out, and my wife was waiting on me. We went outside, and the sun was shining, and I looked up, and I thought, this is a new beginning. And that's where it made me realize that this part of the chapter is over, this part of the journey is over, but here we go to the next part of the journey, and it's going to be exciting, whatever it is.
I'm excited for you. What was it? Was it walking through that door, or was it the moment your phone was disconnected that was like, oh, this is over?
Well, there was a finality to
Okay,
it
right.
that I thought, I'm done with this. And then when Mayor Haney asked me to chair the half-cent sales tax board, and then some other opportunities have come up that I'm excited about, that it's not over.
Yeah.
And it's just a new beginning, and the new beginning is fresh and it's exciting. My dogs love to have a walk at 9 in the morning versus 3:30 in the afternoon when it's hot.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it's a lot of things have changed, and fortunately, I do have a fun office to go to, because being at home would not be something my wife would want me to be.
And you got lots of critters. You got lots of babies. I have some of the pictures going on your screen right now. Introduce us to our felines here.
Well, that's Murphy,
That's Murphy.
and
Wait for it.
That's Marcia.
Marcia.
Marcia tries to see how many bones. Marcia actually sleeps with me under the covers.
I love
She
that.
spoons my chest, and if I turn over, she turns over.
Who's this?
That's Zoe.
Zoe.
Zoe. And a lot of these animals came from Pets for People.
Aren't they lovely?
And that's Eddie.
Eddie.
Eddie's a ragdoll cat.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness.
They're just, we love them, and every afternoon we go out on the patio, and the cats go out, and the dogs go out, and we play fetch, and what you do with animals, and that's our home.
When you told your wife that you were considered for this position on the board, what did she think? Was she like, I just got you back? Or did she think, finally, you got another task to do and I can get you out of the house? What was her vibe or opinion on it?
She's behind whatever I want to do.
She's your ride or die.
100%. And she never second guesses the decisions I make. And she loves me being happy, and she loves me coming home. And you know, when we have our conversations in the afternoon, and she goes, "What'd you do today?"
Yeah.
And I ask her the same thing, and we actually have a conversation about what's going on in our lives.
Right.
Can you imagine anything worse than I did nothing today? I've done that before in my life, so it's fun to have things to talk about and be excited about. And I love challenges, and so we'll see where it goes.
I love that you're all about finding your purpose and then letting go of like searching for it and letting it find you.
Well, I really struggled with it. I actually hired a guy,
Really?
A consultant here in Tyler, Brian Brandt, and I asked Brian. We met 2 times. I said, I'm concerned about what's going to happen next.
Right.
And so I made a list of all the things I like, the list of things I don't like, and we had these conversations. And then I realized I'm making too big a deal out of this.
Yeah.
Just kick back, enjoy some time off, go on your vacation, just do a little soul searching, just relax and enjoy life.
So did you feel like this was Greece was your eat, pray, love moment?
Yes, but we've got a few more trips planned, and
what's next?
we're going to go on a driving trip. Actually, my wife's going to go to Vegas next month.
Ooh,
then
fun.
I'm going to Telluride the following month, and then we're going to go to a driving trip to Asheville and Nashville, and I don't know where we're going. We're going east.
It's just you're gonna go during fall.
Yes, when
the East Coast.
when the leaves are changing.
Oh,
and
that's
she goes,
a dream
and
for
she
me.
goes, "Why are you planning so far in advance?" I said, "Because everything books up."
Yes, and you
And-
have to plan in advance.
Yes,
and
and-
that's how you get the cheap spots. You know?
No. My wife,
Yes.
well, I guess both of us, we're hotel snobs. We love hotels, and our philosophy is,
Yeah.
if your hotel room's not nicer than your own bedroom, why go?
Why go?
So we stay in rooms that are nicer than our own bedroom, and that's why we don't take too many trips. But we're staying in nice places, and we'll have a good time and enjoy the leaves changing.
I'm so jealous. Send me pictures, please.
Okay.
Because that's what I want to do. I told Jesse, my husband, I was like, if we're going on another road trip, I want to see the leaves changed on the East Coast.
Right.
Okay, so tell me about your coffee club. How's it going? How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing great. We took off this morning.
Oh, really?
Which is the first morning we've taken off, I think, where everybody said we're not going to meet tomorrow.
Okay.
In 18 years. I don't never remember where it was structured, we're not going to meet. But the coffee group is great. We're still there.
How did that get started?
I don't even remember. But it
Well,
started.
it's 18 years ago.
It started 18 years ago, and we meet Monday through Friday, 8 to 9. And we just have a very close relationship. We solve a lot of problems. They always were a sounding board for me being mayor.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was good. A lot of it was not so good. But it was input from people, and they're good friends, and they continue to have input. A lot of input about the square.
Yeah.
I hear some complaining from the coffee group, but they're just.
Well, y'all meet at the little coffee shop here that's just off the square, so they have to, kind of navigate around the
Right.
parking right now
Right.
with everything going on at the square. So I'm sure you're like,
But it's so nice now. You can park right in front of Crema.
Yes.
You've got parking spots, and so it's coming along well. I still go to the downtown construction meetings.
oh, really?
Oh yeah, I can't give up my baby.
I know it.
And
It's a
so,
lot of work you put
and
into
so
it.
it is. And so I still attend, and Mayor Haney's fine with me going, and just kind of keeping my eyes on it.
He's not saying, hey, this is my territory now.
No. I worked on years ago, and I just want to see that nothing changes, and that the vision is carried forward.
I love that. I love that. And I love that he's like, of course, understanding, like, you've been in this for so long, it's hard to just kind of like shut you out completely. And who would want to do that, especially with him wanting you on the board for the Half Cent board? Who all is involved in your coffee club, or is that kind of like a secret?
No, no, no. We
Okay.
have some attorneys.
Okay.
We have Mike Patterson, Jason Mazingo, Stuart Haney, the mayor, drops
Yes.
by from time to time. We have Chuck Thornton, who's become a good friend, which is almost a story in itself. Because and his wife used to sit on the other part of the plaza lobby, and they ended up getting a divorce. And so Chuck was still sitting over there by himself. And one morning we said, Chuck, do you want to come join us? And he goes, if it's not too much of an imposition.
Oh,
So he came over that morning and joined us for coffee. And the following morning, he was back over in his other spot. So we asked Chuck to come join us.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't want to be in any position. He said, we're not going to ask you again. Come over here and be part of our group. So he's been added to the text chain, and he's there every morning just like the rest of us, and has become part of the family,
so it's something y'all do. Is it every morning,
Monday through Friday.
Monday through
And
Friday?
you never know what the conversations are going to be. One thing we do stay away from, we try to stay away from religion.
Okay.
Yeah, we do talk a lot of politics, whether it's local politics, state, or national. And it's always a fun, spirited conversation, but very respectful.
And that's how it should be.
yeah.
But that's what's fun about having folks with various opinions, backgrounds, is you're getting not only to express your opinion, but hearing others and maybe changing your opinion based on, what resonates, what doesn't, but just getting a chance to be open-minded to other ideas.
Yes, yes. And we got Republicans, Democrats, Independents. We got them all
Yeah.
on there. But one of the best things is it's the first thing, it gives me a reason, purpose to get out of bed. My alarm goes off at 7. Shelly goes, can you do a couple of things for me first? I said, no. I'm going to my coffee group like I do every morning. I'll do those at 9 when I get through with my coffee. So she goes, the house could be on fire and you would still leave and go to your coffee group.
Yeah, and you'd be like, well, you know where the fire extinguisher is. It's okay.
Yeah, you know where East Texas Alarm is.
That's exactly. Okay, so you're still doing your coffee, you're still going to the meetings. What else have you kind of incorporated since taking on or stepping away from the mayor position?
Well, I've got a small oil and gas company that I've had since 1994, and so I'm still dabbling with that.
Okay.
And over the years, I've let it I've got papers all over the floor, all over my desk, and so I'm getting some order to that. And
For those who don't know, can you explain what relation you have with this company? Because this was something you were doing before you even became mayor.
oh,
is that
sure, I
right?
started in '94, and it's called Lamoco.
Okay.
And Lamoco stands for Little Old Me Oil Company, because it's just Little Old Me.
Yeah.
And so I've invested in oil and gas interest for that many years, and now there's been a number of wells drilled and more wells being drilled, and so I've followed it on different stuff I have on the internet and stuff I subscribe to, and hopefully people continue to drill wells so I don't have to go back to work.
There you go.
But it's something that's been a fun thing, and hopefully that money will continue to come in.
So that's something you still do even as your time on various boards and
Yes.
you're as mayor. So are you retiring from that anytime soon?
No.
Or is it just enough work where it's like, I can do this and do what I want to do?
I can do it whenever I want to do it.
Oh.
But also, I always have the fiction, the book on my desk.
Oh my goodness,
And
yes.
if I decide I want to stop for an hour and read, I'll stop for an hour and read. And when I leave here, I'm going to go home and I'll probably read for an hour.
What are you reading right now?
I read a author, David Baldassi, and they're all spy novels, and I love them.
Yeah.
And I'd like Grisham. I can read.
You like
them.
Agatha Christie?
Agatha
Christie. Is it Agatha Christie?
Well,
Am I saying it?
John Grisham, I can read one of his books in 3 days. But
Oh,
I love a book that's easy to get into. It's got to capture me in the first
I'm the
20
same way.
pages, or I'm done.
I'm the same
But I
way.
love to read, and my dogs will come on the couch and sit with me, and we read, and we watch the news on KLTV, of course, while I'm reading, and it's just a good way to wind up the day.
Well, I'm always excited to hear from you because, one of the things that I have noticed is that you're a very happy-go-lucky kind of a person, and I enjoy getting to talk to folks like that because no one likes to be miserable all the time. But, of course, we're all human. We all have those moments. What helps you stay on the brighter side of things?
Life is good, and life is short, and I am a very upbeat, positive person.
Naturally?
Naturally, it's just the way I am. Now, I'll tell you, on June the 12th, I went and had eye surgery.
Oh,
And I
oh.
had, okay, this being mayor and all that takes a toll.
Yeah.
My other eyelids were getting baggy. I had bags down under my eyes. I've gotten hearing aids now. Just all the stuff you do when you get old.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had this eye surgery done on my upper and lower lids. And so for a week, I had to just sit and not watch my phone, no TV, nothing to put stress on your eyes. And my eyes were all messed up and they looked awful. And it felt like I had sand in my
Like
eyes.
bruises,
Oh,
I'm
I had
sure.
black
Oh,
eyes. It
oh,
was
goodness.
awful. And so I did that for a week. And then on a Saturday morning, I got up and Charlie was reading the paper, which I couldn't read because I couldn't see. And I just sat there and I started crying. And she goes, "Don, what's wrong with you?" Because I'm never that way. I said, "For the first time in my life, I'm depressed." And she goes, "What do you mean you're depressed?" I said, "I got to get out of here. I got to get out of this house. I got to get out of this putting ice on my eyes every 15 minutes. I got to get rid of these things in my ears where I've listened to podcasts. I've got to get out and see some sunshine." So
Yeah.
we went and did a little shopping, went out and had lunch, and it was good to get out because I am not good at staying home and being stuck.
Oh, I don't like it either.
No.
I can't. I have to do something. When you were in that mode, did she read you the paper? Did she help you in any way in that aspect of still
No,
staying in the
no,
know?
no. She's a
Okay.
great wife, but she's not that great. She's not gonna read me anything. You know, when I went home that day and told her that I may have to get hearing aids,
Yeah.
and I gave her a sheet of paper, and it was talked about how to speak to the hearing impaired. Because she's always, it happens in everybody's house where she yells at me from another end of the house with her face pointed the opposite direction and asks me a question. And I go, "How am I supposed to hear you? You're in the other room, you're facing the opposite direction.
Sound waves don't have a chance.
I can't hear you."
Yeah.
She goes, "Well, get hearing aids." Anyway, I showed her the piece of paper on how to talk to the hearing impaired. You know what she did with it? She wadded it up and threw it in the trash. And so,
I love it.
And so now I do have my second pair of hearing aids. The first pair I got, all it did was amplify her voice. And so I put them on. I would go home, and her voice was just shrill. And so I would just turn the hearing aid down as much as I could. Of course, that wasn't good for our marital relations.
You're just turning her on.
I'm just turning her off. And so I took those hearing aids back and got some better ones. So
Yeah.
this amplifies everything and not just her voice.
How
And
did she- did you tell her?
Shelley, if you're watching this, I love you.
She doesn't know.
Oh, she does know.
Okay, okay. Because I think my grandma, she used to turn off her hearing aids, but then she would forget that she had turned them off. So she's just yelling at everyone, and we're just like, turn them on. Anyway,
But
hopefully.
there are times, so I control it with my phone.
Oh, that's nice.
So there's times where if I don't like
The conversation.
the conversation or whatever, I'll just turn it down.
When was the last time you did that?
I did it when I'm not going to say because
Okay,
it'll
sorry.
offend somebody, but I've done it. And but there's also times where you're in a meeting
Yeah.
and someone at the other end of the conference table talks real softly.
Yeah.
I can crank them up and I can hear them from across the room, and so it's beneficial and for everyone.
That's so cool. I love
Yeah.
that the technology for those kind of things have really gone above and beyond. That's amazing.
Yeah, but getting old is kind of but oh well,
yeah.
it's better than being underground.
You're like becoming RoboCop. You're just getting more and more advanced. That's
Oh,
how
yeah.
I should see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Next, you're gonna have like a cyborg arm, and you're gonna shoot lasers. You're gonna be unstoppable.
Okay, I hope you're right.
I hope so too. Now, let's see here. We've been talking for some time. Okay, we're coming up to the last bit of our time together. Are you ready for some this or that's rapid fire questions?
Sure.
All right, here I'm gonna pull you up full
You're making
screen.
my nose itch.
I know.
feel
I'm
like-
sorry. Mine
I
is
feel,
too.
feel like I'm at the dentist.
Okay, here we go. High school football or community theater?
Community theater.
What is one thing you always have in your desk drawer?
Always have where?
In your desk drawer. Come on, these are
A
rapid
pen,
fire.
a pen.
Okay. All right. Best spot in town for a quiet walk.
Neighborhood, brick streets, Burkeville Park,
There we go. City landmark everyone must go and see.
Lake Tyler,
Andy's frozen custard or DQ?
Andy's frozen custard.
What's your go-to order there?
The vanilla ice cream with the cones crushed up in it with chocolate.
Oh, yes. Okay. One word to describe Tyler.
Beautiful.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
So one superpower, huh? What would it be?
Yes.
Just to continue to be happy the rest of my life.
Would you want to make other people happy
Yes,
too?
yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's a good one.
emotional
Yes,
influence?
I want to have emotional influence. And my people that are sour, not sour. I don't like sour people.
If you could invent a new local holiday for the city of Tyler, what would it be and what would it be called?
It would be called A Day in the Park.
Okay.
And just go spend time with your family in the park and enjoy life.
Be outside with those East Texas trees.
That's amen.
That's my favorite thing to
Yeah,
do.
I see people do it every day, and I love doing it as well.
All right, one final note you want to end us on? Maybe it's a bit of advice or just a I'll see you later.
Well, I'll go back to when Stuart took over as mayor, and we gave each other a hug, and it was heartfelt. And that's the way we feel about one another. It's a transfer of the mayorship, and I'm excited that Stuart is our next mayor. I think he's going to be someone that leads with love and kindness that I've talked about for so many years. And I think he's going to continue on that legacy and treat people well from all over Tyler. And my slogan when I ran was for all over Tyler. And I really think that Mayor Haney has that same philosophy and will do a great job.